Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough. Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
You got audio all around?
Audio all around.
All right.
Go ahead, sleep.
Hawaii Entertainment News featuring Ambesa Maat. Roll 20, scene 1, take 1. And this is in honor of my sister Renee. We miss you, Renee. Good luck, guys.
Okay, so yeah, I've been a graphic artist pretty much my whole life, and I've done music as well. And I would say I've been in Hawaii for 15 years now. And so in the last 10 years, I kind of updated myself and reestablished myself as an artist. So I went back to school and got an animation degree in 3D digital animation, and continued to do film, and still kind of doing that as well. But I'm more interested in animation, because I feel like that is film, and film needs the animation as well. So I've been pretty much doing a lot of modeling, content creating. And right now, with the situation, pandemic that we're all dealing with, it's given me the opportunity to really work on some cool projects. And I've really come up, with some really cool projects, some really good fresh projects for the future. So this downtime has really been a blessing for me personally. And I see the film industry happening, in a big way here in Hawaii. There's a lot of talent, and, obviously there's many, locations that are here. So I think that that's going to thrive. And where I want to, where I fit in, I should say, in that realm is pretty much creating content. That's pretty much, yeah. Right now, because of everything being virtual, why animation to me is the top is because as animators, we can create everything from zero. Okay, we don't need to hire, any, crew. I mean, virtually one person can do a film. Now, it's getting easier, whereas like 10 years ago, if you were doing an animation feature by yourself, let's say 10-minute feature, it would probably take you about 10 years to do it. It would really take you a long time. But with the new software and everything, it's really user-friendly for a lot of people, beginners out here. And for the people that have been doing it for a long time, it's cut down the time like a lot. So I'm not going to try to take on one project by myself. I've tried to do that before, and it doesn't work out that great. You need a crew. You need a good team, to come together on things. But I think for a lot of the Hawaiian filmmakers here, there's too much talent, too much filmmakers here, and the technology is too easy to for content not be constantly being pushed out. And even during this time right now, it should be.
Aloha, and welcome to Hawaii Entertainment News. This is TK. Hawaii's hottest new radio show, 808 Hot Takes, officially hit the air last night, as is on every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. on 760 The Shark, or check out the podcast on 808hottakes.com. NCIS begins filming this week. Be sure to register with Elise Hardigan Casting if you want to work as an extra on the show. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is filming on Oahu this month, so keep your eyes open for sightings of the cast and crew around town. Hawaii Opera Theater is holding auditions for the Orvis Young Voices studio through the end of June. Learn more at hotyoungvoices.weebly.com. The Kumu Kahua Theater is in rehearsals for a new play dramatizing the controversial 30-meter telescope. It explores the intersections of sacred, science, government, capitalism, and tradition. Get your tickets at kumukahua.org. The Manoa Valley Theater is presenting the musical Spelling Bee. It opens June 17th at Kaimuki High School. The White Lotus is an upcoming American satire comedy television miniseries created by Mike White that is set to premiere on HBO on July 11th, 2021. Filming began last fall at the Four Seasons Resort Maui at Wailea and focuses on the lives of the staff and guests at a tropical resort over the course of a week. Pineapples and Pasties, a burlesque documentary, has been doing very well on the film festival circuit and has won at the Vesuvius International Film Festival. Congratulations to all of the local cast and crew that have worked so hard to make a beautiful film celebrating the burlesque scene in Hawaii. The Juneteenth celebration at the Manoa Valley Theater will be hosted by Chervelle Bergholtz on Saturday, June 19th. Since it is Pride Month, we are celebrating the trailer for Shiro, the transgender superhero. Be sure to see the entire short film on YouTube. This is TK reporting for Hawaii Entertainment News.
Between two members of SSH and an unknown. One of the heroes was none other than the transvestite named Shiro. The villain escaped with little to no property destruction and 0 casualties. While there were no witnesses to comment on the battle, there were citywide security camera feeds to give us all the visual we need. No wonder Collision was upset.
If you're a famous actor and you've been banking pretty well, you know, and if you didn't have financial literacy, hey, all these people making money in the movies, making millions, they don't all have financial literacy. Exactly, and they hire people to do that. So what I'm saying is you're hearing right now. I'm not feeling sorry for them, but in the way I am, because some of the highest unemployment is in acting. People don't understand that those main actors, they're unemployed probably 80% of their time, or maybe 90. I think that it's higher than that. It's just that when they do get work, it's able to set them up for a little while if they play their cards right. So you're hearing actors now and sports people now, being whoever's not under that contract, whatever, being like, "Yo, I gotta struggle." We're worrying about where our money's coming from the next thing. So, yeah, we're all in the same boat, and I feel like the animators, I feel like we're kind of at the top of the food chain right now, because we're the only ones that can create content out of thin air. Out of thin air. Yeah. And I can just create some thin air and then boom, send it to you. When you have, the actors and things like that, and I can create the whole environment, 100% of the environment. I don't have to go out of my room. Okay. So, I mean, and the reason why I'm probably talking about it so passionately, because when I was homeless and I was like, I don't want to be homeless anymore. I need to update my life. Like, what? The digital world, I really need to update my digital, because That is the future. So I had went to school for architecture years ago. I'm old, so years ago, 84, 85 and 86, I went to school for interior exterior design. Okay, so I can design any building, any kind of building, right? But it was boring. I wasn't creative at the time. I didn't know. I was young and stupid. So fast forward to now, I was like, animation is the future. Why do I not CAD? Okay, you know what CAD is, right? Computer. See, animation is beyond CAD and all of them because I can do CAD on any of my animation software plus more. So, that was my motivation for going into animation. I was like, well, because I thought, as an ex-slave, and probably still a slave, I was like, maybe I should go on the interface and design people's websites. I'm so glad I didn't do that. Do you know how many people that came out of that website design class that are not making money and they're not in demand at all? You got Wix, you got all these companies that are like, yo, we'll just throw you up a website. So my one friend that graduated, my alumni, he was like, dude, I got out of it because I couldn't make any money. I was working for one company, I was doing their website, and then, I got out of it. I don't know if I can mention this also, but I'm working on a game. It's like a board game. It's also a virtual board game. Yeah, and I'm partnered up with this person, and it's not a politically correct game, and we're all adults here. Okay, so the game is like Monopoly. It's called Hustle and Sling. And the object of the game is you go up one side of the board and then you buy drugs. And then you come down the other side of the board and then you sell the drugs. Okay, so it's at first you're thinking like, man, that's hardcore, man. Like what the heck? But it is, yeah, it's the world's reality. So when I took on this project, I didn't realize how much writing was entailed. Oh my goodness, there's so much writing because there's so much squares. And so, for an example, you go up and you land on one square, it will say something like, you got caught up at a party, the feds, you got to go back so many spots or whatever. Or you got caught smoking a spliff, so you got to roll the next one and everybody has to smoke. So, it's kind of like more a game for like, cannabis, users, although there's, the major drugs in it, I kind of call them like vigilante entrepreneurs, because they're bringing financial literacy to their community, which, people don't have. And so the people don't have financial, but they know the ins and outs and the hustle they know the dirt of the game and they know the good of the game. So anyway, I hope that didn't sound too corny, but I'm working on that, finishing that up. I am working on, wow, I'm working with another person where we're trying to figure out how affordable housing can come to people in remote areas. Okay. And so I came up with this idea I like designed this 3D printer. So I designed this 3D printer that extrudes concrete, and so you can actually print houses. Okay, and so the whole system is you can break down the whole system. So what I use my animation and film and stuff like that for is a lot of times for like industrial design. So I use my projects for many different things. I'm also working with this group called the Metaphysicians with this brother named Amin Ra, and he is one of the most talented hip hop artists here in Hawaii. He works with a woman, and they have a group called Ninja Please, and I've worked with them for many years. And so now I am working on doing their music videos, and I can't wait to reveal these videos and this music to you guys. It's going to be awesome.
Please keep us posted.
Yeah, we're going to definitely keep you posted.
Yes.
It's so awesome to have the set though out here, man.
Oh, watch the birdie.
Whoa,
Bird wrangling.
that was
Come here,
awesome.
buddy.
That was awesome.
I know.
I was like,
I hope we
felt-
got good footage of that.
We did.
You know, I was in I got the pleasure to play a pirate in the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean. It was called it was awesome.
That experience.
Wow. Well, it was awesome.
Okay.
I have to say, okay, so at the time I was houseless and I was like, you know, staying on the beach and everything like that. And then one day I was at the beach and at my cruise spot, and this white lady came up to me and was like, I didn't know her.
Okay.
She was like, "Hey, they're auditioning for Pirates of the Caribbean. I think you should go." And I was like, okay. I just said okay, right? And then she said, "Wait, no. She repeated it. She said, they are doing Pirates of the Caribbean, and she did it with a little more exuberance, you know?
Yes.
She's like, I think you should go up there. I was like, okay, thank you. And I gave her a little more thank you, right? I just sat there. I was like just sitting there. So I left my beach park, and so I'm walking, and like 2 more people after that stopped me in the street. It was like, hey, are you going to the Pirates thing? And then other people was like, yo, you should go to the Pirates. I was like, should really go over there. Yeah, I mean, I was getting slapped left and right, like, go over there, right? Yeah, so I go over there to the Waikiki Health Center, or the community center.
Okay.
Go over there, it's like a long line. So I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, I'll just wait, just wait. Heck. So I'm waiting, and we all go in, and so it's like, I don't know, it seemed like 1,000 people in this big auditorium, right?
Oh, okay.
And so one of the PAs was up on the stage, and he's like, okay, so whoever doesn't have a picture, raise their hand. So I raised my hand, because I just found out about it. I just came over there. Yo, he pointed me out. He's like, you don't have a picture. Yo, everybody in there was like looking at me. I was like, okay. Like, this ain't embarrassing, okay? Like, wow. I don't have a picture, and this guy called me out and everything. And like, he's like, you don't have a picture. He's like, and he said something else, right? And then he said, okay, so whoever doesn't have a picture, you need to go to CVS and like, get the picture taken, stuff like that, right? Yeah. And so whoever else has a picture, you go out and you register, right? So I went to get up to get a jump on CVS line. He goes, hey, you, go over there. So he, all the other guys went to CVS. He's like, hey, you go over there. So, they took my picture, So then the audition, he was like, okay, so, blah, 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 we'll be calling you in a couple of days, for, see, if you got the audition or whatever. So he calls me, and they were like, make sure your phone battery's always charged. One, they were not joking. They were like, keep your phone on, because when we call you, you gotta be, it's your opportunity, right? So I was like riding on my bike at the time, and so I got the call, pulled over, was like, oh man, yeah, cool. I had to go to the audition out at Coalina. So I had my moped at the time was like on its last leg. I was like, just get me out to Coalina. I went like 3 hours early. I was like, if it conks out, I'll just walk. I can make it there in 2 hours if I walk. I was like not going to miss that audition, because I was like, this is like a job. This is pay, right? So I remember my girlfriend at the time, like we were practicing. I was practicing all these lines and stuff, like Pirates lines. So I get to the audition and I get in there, get into the audition. Sandy Alisi, big up to her and her casting, you know. And so we get in there, and the guy that's right before me was in Lost, and he was really good. He said some pirate shit, and he was good, you know. I was like, oh my God, I got nothing. I wasn't excited, wasn't nervous, nothing up until that point when I heard that dude and watched him, and I had to go after him. I was like, this sucks, man. So my mind started getting creative and being like, okay, well maybe I'll try something different to stand out. So I pulled up a seat, right? I pull up a seat. I'm gonna do a drunk pirate, like sitting in the seat, right? So it was kind of a good idea, but the thing was the camera was fixed, so she wasn't like going down, you know. So I pulled up the thing and started, and she was like, "Wait, hold on," like, you know. So it was kind of like a couple awkward moments right before my thing. Anyway, got through that. Called me up. She loved my thing. She loved what I was doing and everything, and she loved it. So they called me into the show. So I was like, still wasn't excited yet. Not quite yet. They said, you have to go to Kauai. We're gonna train you as a pirate. You got to go to pirate school. Okay. So we're gonna fly you to Kauai, and then we're gonna do all this pirate stuff. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I wasn't like, oh, jumping for joy, but I was like, that sounds cool. So I finally get over there, missed my flight, had to wait for the people. That was all crazy. Then I caught up with everybody. Doing the pirate school. Yo, when he told us that, okay, so first they started breaking down the pirates. There was 40 pirates. So then they were like, okay, we need 16 core pirates. So I got chosen for one of the 16 core pirates. He was like, oh, you get a little bit more airtime and, you know, screen time, and it's a possibility that one of you, you know, that you guys might go to London. Dude, when he said that, I was like, what? Y'all gonna get me to London in this? I was like, what? So at that point, I was super happy. I was like, this is the bomb. So my friend Mike Rosales, big up to him, he was the only pirate that actually made it over to London. Like all the other pirates, he was the only one. He died in the movie, but he actually made it over there, which was cool, you know. So the whole experience was really cool to see, like, how on a major budget and a major scale, how professional each person is at what they're doing. And that's the only way that anything gets done. It's the only way. Like, if you have like 2 or 3 like people that are just like, I don't care about my lane, it's not going to work. So I really was impressed by that. There was a man there that his whole job was to make everything look old in the frame. So whatever frame, he would just make it. He had his little dirt water, his little mixture concoctions. And this old man been doing this for like 30 years or something. And you could tell he had this whole thing set up. So he was creating magic. That guy was creating magic. So I got to really reason with Johnny Depp. That was really cool. He's a really nice guy, and really super professional. And I would say that's the first time in my life where I had given props and respect to actors, forever, all the time. But not until I stood like next to Johnny and he can make his face change. That's the only way I can describe it. He can, at will, get in a moment and contort his face and do different facial expressions. And that dude's incredible. Or the art, that craft, it's like, I don't care what he does in his personal life. I don't know him, but when I'm watching him work at his craft, wow.
Next time on Hawaii Entertainment News.
with the risk of sounding too anarchist, which I'm not, but I definitely believe in decentralizing a lot of these industries out of the hands of that good old boy kind of like mentality, like that closed, office room that's an oval table filled with, about a dozen white dudes. Like I think that we and in the same manner, it's the same manner as we engage government. We spend a lot of time putting our energy into the thoughts and opinions of people who do not represent us, who do not represent our peoples, who do not represent our neighborhoods, who do not represent, like these people just don't represent us. Why are we continuing, to give them the power, over us?
Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough!
Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Is that it? I think so.